to my YouTube channel. Today's video is how to stay lean during quarantine. I'm going to be giving you some of my favourite tips and a meal plan more towards the end of the video. If you can, get yourself a pen and paper just so you can jot down the points and you don't forget anything. Also, I think it's good just to have a little sheet that you can stick on the fridge or even next to your bedside table just to remind you of these points. And the first point is water. So I aim to get around 2 to 3 litres of water a day, and this is what 3 litres of water looks like. You can do it like this. So for instance, if you wake up at 9 o'clock, you can have one at 9, one at 11, one at 1, 3, 5 and 7, and drink it throughout the day every other hour. Or you can have the slightly bigger bottles, so these like 1.5. You can have this in the morning and this in the afternoon / early evening. It's completely up to you, and of course you don't have to have bottled water. So ways to make water more enjoyable. So if you get yourself a jug, you can cut up some lemon and lime and some orange just to give it a little bit more flavour. Tip number 2 is swapping sugar for sugar, which is a bit of a weird one, but we're going to be swapping those processed sugary treats that we love with fruit. So I know there's a lot of mixed reviews on can you eat fruit. My answer is yes. Like, fruit is amazing, it's so good for you, it's full of nutrition. I don't believe in cutting out any food group. I don't believe that you should do no fat, no sugar, no carbs. I think you should eat a little bit of everything. That way it's going to stop you craving a certain food. So I used to be a huge Haribo fan, and I like to now have these instead, so dried fruit. So these are my favourites. So these are baked strawberries, and then we've got mango, and then coconut chips. Also apricots as well, a nice one, and dates as well. Like, I love dates. I will end up eating the whole packet. If you like to have sweets that are sour, my recommendation is to try passion fruit. I used to love the really soury, what are they called, like the laces. These are a good alternative, so I literally have one a day and that's perfect for me. Or pineapple as well is a really good one. Just these nice strong flavours, and they're so sweet as well. They literally, once you have them, does your sweet tooth. We have raspberries. So this is one of my, you have to put a little gold star next to this one. So when I'm dieting, I'm having like no sugar and I'm cutting out all of my favourite things, I will always have raspberries just to have a little bit of sugar. Just to tell you like how amazing raspberries are. So they're low in calories, they're high in fibre, which means they're going to fill you up and you're going to feel full, and they're very sweet. So this is 250 grams of raspberries, and this is under 100 calories. So look how many raspberries you get. And so ways you can have this. So my favourite ways to have this is I like to put them in the freezer, and then I like to have it with yogurt and a little bit of honey. Or if I'm making oats, I will have oats and I put the frozen raspberries on the oats, and they will kind of melt together and make a really nice dish. You can also as well, like if you are a massive ice cream fan, I like to chop up bananas and put them in the freezer with raspberries. So when the banana starts to defrost or melt, it goes into like ice cream texture. So these two are like my saviours when I'm dieting. The next point is fasting. I absolutely love fasting. I think I've been doing it for nearly 2 years now. So to talk about fasting, I think there can be a little bit of confusion. So I'll tell you what it's not. So you're not starving yourself, you're not cutting calories or skipping meals or anything like that. what you're doing is you're eating exactly the same amount of calories, you're just eating them in a shorter time frame. So for instance, if you wake up at, again, let's say 9 o'clock, you will have your first meal, so your breakfast, at 12, and then you have your lunch at around 3, 4 o'clock, then have your dinner around 7, 8, and then that's a 8-hour time window. So you eat exactly the same amount of calories, you just squish them in a smaller time frame. I won't go into too much detail of how amazing it is because this is going to be part of your homework. I've got 2 things I want you to research. So on your pen and paper, I want you to write down homework, and the first one is going to be researching about hydration, so how important it is to drink water, and then the next one is fasting. Read like maybe 3 or 4 articles, different articles, because each one kind of says different things. Maybe watch some YouTube videos, because I know you have so much time right now. So yeah, that's your homework. Look up hydration and look up fasting. The last point is balance. So I like to have 2 meals a day that are super healthy, low in calories, just feeding my body nutrition, and then I'll have 1 meal which is basically whatever you want it to be. So this is where the meal plan comes in. I've based this around 2,000 calories for the day, and it's a vegetarian meal plan, but you can adjust it if you want to. This is just like a little guidance if you want to try out different ways of eating. Get your pen and paper for this one. I will write down the ingredients and shopping list in the description for you. To start with, we're going to be having egg whites with mushrooms and tomatoes. So the calories for this is 164 calories. If you are cooking with oils, it's going to be a little bit higher, or if you're using like the 1 calorie spray, that's roughly what it's going to be. For lunch, we're going to be having jacket potato. So this is like a healthy alternative. So usually like you have the jacket potatoes with beans, so we're going to be doing them with black beans. And to kind of get that sweet flavour that you would normally get, we're going to be adding in raisins. We're going to be having it with spinach and some hummus. So the calories for this is 530 calories. And then your last little treat is going to be raspberries. So this is where the good part comes. So altogether, those 2 meals and then your raspberries, which is like a little treat, is 790 calories. So that means you have 1,200 calories to 10 to do whatever you want. So because you've had black beans, you've had hummus, spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, you've had, and raspberries, you've had that nutritional bit of the day, and now you've got basically 1,000 calories, give or take, to have whatever you want with. So you can make a protein shake, you can have a takeaway, you can make basically whatever you want, but because you've been good, you can get away with it a little bit. So those meals, just for example how you can do that with fasting, you can have the egg whites at 12, then you can have the jacket potato at 3, and then you can have whatever you choose for your dinner at around 6, 7, and then you can have your raspberries at around 8 o'clock. Or if you want, you can have maybe like 100 grams of raspberries with your breakfast or after breakfast, and then have the other 100 after lunch, and then the other 100 after dinner, along with all of your water. It's quite a lot of fibre in those meals alone, so you're going to be feeling full and you're going to be feeling very satisfied. It's completely up to you how you have that last meal. Of course, if you're trying to be healthy, don't think, oh okay, I've got 1,000 calories to do whatever I want. Still track what you're having and try and make a healthier option.